Hey everyone! So today I'm here to review the Tarte Bling It On Amazonian Clay Blush Palette. It retails for $44 US, $53 in Canada, and contains 5 blushes that are 0.15 ounces each. So when breaking it down and doing the math, this set is $105 US or $127 Canadian value. It is said to be a sleek, chic palette featuring 5 Amazonian clay blushes. The packaging is a slim black palette with chunky black glitter, and the palette itself does feature a mirror. The glitter is on the bigger side and it does shed off occasionally, so if you're someone who absolutely despises glitter with a passion, then you may want to reconsider this palette. The blushes in this set are comparable to the regular full-sized versions in the fact that they are longer lasting and the pigmentation is buildable, but I found that some of the shades in the palette didn't have quite as good performance. Fetching is a medium to dark muted pink rose with warm undertones and a satin finish. The texture was soft, smooth, but lightly dense in the pan. It had good buildable color payoff and it did blend out evenly and easily across the skin. Fetching wore well for 9 hours before fading. Dollface is a light to medium pink with cool undertones and a satin matte finish. The texture was soft, silky, finely milled, but lightly powdery in the pan. Despite that, it didn't appear chalky or powdery once applied to the skin, and it had great pigmentation that was buildable. Dollface lasted 9 hours before fading. Prim is a light to medium muted pink brown with warm undertones and a satin finish. The texture was again soft, smooth, but lightly dense in the pan. It had nice buildable color payoff and it applied and blended easily on the skin. The finish of this blush also left a very nice soft sheen to the cheeks. Prim wore well for 8 hours before fading. Smashing is a light to medium coral pink with warm undertones and a matte finish. The texture was soft, smooth, silky, but it was dense, which made the color more troublesome to apply. This shade had good pigmentation with multiple layers once it was built, and it blended out easily, especially since you did have to layer the product. Smashing lasted 8.5 hours before fading. Beaming is a light to medium pink peach with fine silver shimmer, warm undertones, and a satin finish. The texture was rather dry compared to the other shades, and it had sheer color payoff once applied. The shimmer in it didn't seem to adhere very well with the powder, so for most skin tones this may end up being a very subtle highlight rather than a cheek color. But for those of you who are quite fair like myself, this blush still does show up as a very pale pink on the cheeks. So if you are fair-skinned, you may not want to try and use it as a highlighter since there is color to it. Beaming lasted 8 hours before noticeably fading. So overall, while some of the shades didn't perform quite as nicely as expected, it was still an all-around nice palette for an incredible value. To help get a better understanding of the value of this set, you're basically getting to try 5 shades for just under the price of 2 full-sized blushes. Personally, the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush palettes are one of my most look forward to value sets of the holiday season, but I feel as though this year's palette may not appeal to all skin tones since it does include and feature lighter, more pale shades, especially compared to the previous year's palettes. But nevertheless, this palette is definitely worth checking out if you're a fan of the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush formula or you just like blushes in general. So be sure to let me know in the comments below if you're planning on checking out this palette, if you picked up any of the previous year's palettes, or just in general what blush/face palette you're most looking forward to this holiday season. As always, don't forget to check out my blog for more details, photos, and swatches, as well as like, comment, and subscribe to show your support. If you'd like to give me a follow, I will have all of my social media listed here, as well as down in the description. As I always say, I hope you found this review helpful, and I hope that you're all having a fantastic day, and thank you so much for watching.